Strengthening you and your church and strengthening Christian leaders is why I've been consulting for 35 years. Starting a consulting firm in 1976, I've worked with over 500 organizations in strengthening the senior executives, strengthening the executive team, strengthening their entire team. These have been large and fast-growing churches, nonprofits, for-profits, government agencies. But one thing in common was to strengthen the leadership core of the team. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you have small groups in your church? I assume you do. I assume you have small groups for a wide variety of subjects. But do you have one on leadership development, to develop the leadership in your church? That's what I'd like to introduce to you right now. Because over the last 35 years, I've spent developing an organized, systematic way to develop not only the personal side of your leadership and your team's leadership, but also the organizational side, to know how to lead the team better. It's a systematic, step-by-step leadership development, not just a book here and a tape there, and where does this fit and where does that fit, and oh yeah, here's another thought that goes somewhere. But it's just a systematic whole that puts everything together in a way that develops a common language for your team, so that when you say a word like leader or manager or style, everyone in your team is using the same word to mean the same thing. The Leadership Academy for a small group within your church applies to the board of elders, the board of directors, the session, the vestry. Whoever it is that's the group at the top of your church will benefit greatly from this teaching, as will the pastoral staff, as will the lay men and women of the church, as will the community leadership around the church if you decide to make it available to a broader audience. Some churches may want to make it available to the community and say, come in and use the church as a base for leadership training in the community. However you choose to use it, whether it's just to strengthen your church or to apply to your dad's company that you're trying to help him start, your mom's business you're trying to help her start, your son, your daughter, your grandpa, your grandma. It's like these principles apply to any leadership that you are trying to provide anywhere in your life. And they apply at all levels. They apply at all times. The principles are timeless. Now, the Leadership Academy started out at $1,000. And basically, if you order the tape series, if you call our office today and order the tape series for your business, they're $1,000 for the notebook and the 26 hours of DVD. But for churches, we're so committed to strengthening the local church that we've reduced the price to $290 for the set for a local church. Now, there's still $1,000 for the corporation, so if you're a corporate owner, there's still $1,000, sorry. But for the local church, it's $290 for the set, and then it's $29 for each student that goes through for a student notebook. Now, the set for $290 you can use to teach 15 groups in your church over the next 10 years if you want to. But each student that goes through it simply pays $29. We break it into 9 sessions of about an hour apiece in 3 different levels. Level 1 you go through 9 hours. Some people will say, hey, I like this. I'd like to go through another 9 hours. You can go through another 9 hours. Some people say, that's enough for me. Some will say, hey, I'd like to go through another 9 hours. So you can go through the rest of it and end up getting a diploma at the end. But no matter how many sessions you take, it's still $290 for the church and then $29 a piece for each student. It is my hope and prayer that the Leadership Academy for small groups within the church strengthens you, every leader in your entire church, and your church until the Lord returns. Thank you.